Okay, this is the steering rack of the Sorento, a Kia Sorento. I've had all sorts of rack problems, changed the rack like 3 times, 4 times, and always seem to have an issue. Anyway, after I thought I had it all figured out, she had a small leak and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. I thought it was my lines. So I took out the 2 lines to the right there and changed the O-rings in them because the guy at the store told me that the green O-rings aren't really hydraulic. So I changed them to black O-rings and they did seem kind of mashed, but that wasn't the problem. Anyway, here I've got the Scott towel wrapped completely around the post that leads up to where the steering rod comes into the rack, and it seemed to have stopped the leak completely. Well, previously you might have thought it was coming from the boot, but the boot is sealed really well, and it doesn't have any tears in it. So there was nothing coming from the boot. It was actually coming from above, way where the universal joint and the shaft that turns the rack back and forth is. And this is, let's see, another test I did. Yeah, this is after, I guess, removing the Scott towel to see if it would come leaking again. And let's see, we should see it start soon. There it comes. Yep, it's coming around the back so you can't see it because the rack leans backwards a little bit. So there you can see it starting to leak. And so yeah, it literally looks like I'm going to have to take the rack completely out again and take it to the guy and get the seal changed. I mean, it's just never ending, and it's supposed to be a brand new rack. Or maybe it's a brand new rebuild. Anyway, it was quite expensive to pay duty and get it in and out and the whole thing. In fact, the guy charged me just the duty and it was quite expensive. Anyway, there's where you can see it leaking out of the cap in the top. There you see. You can see a couple of drips. I'm probably talking during this, but I'm just going to continue with my recording. I'll delete the point where I'm saying, looks like I found it. Looks like it wasn't my seals, it was something wrong with the rack itself. And I don't know whether it's the warranty's any good on it, even though it's supposed to be, brand new. And it was leaking already, but I didn't think it was the rack. I thought it was my O-rings. So there you go, is pretty good evidence that it's definitely, I think there's going to be one more spurt come out of it that'll give us proof.